Hello and welcome to this video on Business and Entrepreneurship Education Grade 8. Today we'll look at Unit 7, which is on Business Cost, Revenues and Profits, Part 1. The learning objectives of this unit are to define the different types of cost, calculate fixed cost, calculate variable cost, and calculate total cost. What is business cost? Costs are payments or expenses that are made by an enterprise to produce goods and services. Let us see the different examples of cost. We have purchase of raw materials, fuel cost, wages, rent, advertising expenses, transportation, and distribution cost. Now, let us see the different types of cost. Cost can be classified as startup cost and running cost. What is a startup cost? It is the money needed to start a new business. It is the initial and one-time expenses that are required to set up an enterprise. Some examples of startup cost are equipment, machinery, logo design, research, building, and legal fees. As we have seen, there are two types of cost. Now, let us see what is running cost. Running costs are expenses incurred on a day-to-day or monthly basis. Examples of running cost are salary, raw materials, electricity bills, water bills, fuel cost, and rent. Now, let us see what is total cost of production. Total cost is a sum of all expenses incurred in producing a given level of output. The main reasons for businesses to calculate total cost are, first of all, to determine the selling price of the product and to calculate profit or loss made. So, how to calculate total cost? The formula is total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. It can also be known as TC is equal to FC plus VC. What are fixed costs? Fixed costs are those expenses that do not vary with the level of output. They are incurred even if no output is produced. Fixed cost is not affected by any increase or decrease in output. It is always fixed. There are different examples of fixed cost. They are salaries to employees, insurance premium, bank interest, and rent. On the other hand, we have variable cost. Variable costs are production costs that vary with the amount of goods produced. In other words, for every good that is produced, variable costs increase by the same amount. Variable cost is zero when output is zero. It rises when there is an increase in output and reduces when there is a decrease in output. Some examples of variable cost are purchase of raw materials, sales commission, and wages to workers. The formula to calculate variable cost is variable cost is equal to output multiplied by variable cost per unit. Let us have a look of a worked example. My tea company produces iced tea. The fixed cost is 10,000 rupees per month. Each bottle of iced tea costs 30 rupees to produce. Let's calculate the fixed cost, variable cost, and total cost. When output is zero, fixed cost is 10,000 rupees. Variable cost is 0 multiplied by 30 is equal to 0. And total cost is 10,000 rupees plus 0 is equal to 10,000 rupees. The same has been done for you for 100 units, 200 units, 300 units, and 400 units. As you can see, fixed cost has remained the same for any level of output produced. That is 10,000 rupees. Whereas variable cost has changed for each level of output produced. As output increases, variable cost also has increased. Let us have a look at the formulae you have to remember. The first one is total cost is fixed cost plus variable cost. Variable cost is output multiplied by variable cost per unit. Well, students, we have reached the end of this video. Until the next, goodbye.